All right, I think we're good. Can anyone hear me? Is anyone there? Let me know if you're there. I better tweet this out actually. How do I tweet this in? Here we go. Share to Twitter. All right. No. Share to Twitter. Cryptocurrency Australia live stream. Tweet. All right. Have we got anyone yet? Yeah, sweet. Hey guys. Hey Seth. Hey Floyd. Hey Douglas. Hey Army. How you going? Thanks, man. Yeah, cheers. How you going? You dabble in waves. No, I haven't, man. Yeah, really good. TBH T82. Thanks, man. Hey Crypto. Hey Nubis. Hey William. Hey Rob. Oh, not too much, guys. Just trying to survive this heat. I've had bushfires here where I live for like the last week, and every afternoon it's just smoky. It's smoky and stinking hot, so you got to shut all the windows. So you're just inside cooking, and you go outside for 2 seconds, and you're asphyxiated from bushfire smoke. Just typical Australia, straight up. Yeah, sorry guys, just went out for a ride. I should have showered. Thoughts on Litecoin drop? Straight into it, guys. Straight into it. Save the technical questions. Let me warm up first, guys. Let me warm up. We'll get to that. Kalgoorlie. Nice, man. Hey, Billy. How are you, man? Good to see ya. Hey, Esmond. Alright, wait for a few more people to dial in and we'll get into the technical questions. Just got to warm the brain up, guys. You know what I mean? It's got to warm up. Oh, it takes a little while. It takes a while to fire the cells. Neo updates. Haven't been staying on top of Neo as much as I should lately. I've had some other things going on. Hi from Vienna. Whoa. How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. California. Hey. Perth. What's up, Perth? Yeah, I've seen that. SoCal. Seen heaps of fires. Do you own much Power Ledger? I get asked about Power Ledger so much. No, I don't. I don't own much. I own 0 Power Ledger. Please take time to review Cypherium. You know what? You know what? Let's start off with Deep Onion. Who knows what Deep Onion is? Because I've been comment spammed by people wanting to know about Deep Onion. What is it? I haven't had the time to look into it. Do you guys know what it is? Yeah, Australia. Hey Edwin, how are you, man? Welcome to the weekend. Yeah. Yeah, I know it's related to Tor, but people keep telling me to look into Deep Onion as a cryptocurrency. And it's just been like across all my videos, all these comments, and I'm like, it's clearly strategic. Like these comments are clearly been a campaign to try and raise awareness of this coin. Yeah, right. Ethereum via Tor or something like that. Yeah, right. Cronulla, what's up, Bench? I'm good, thanks, Andrew. Cheers, man. Yeah, right. Sent through the Tor network. That's interesting. Vincent, that's really interesting. Cypherium. I don't know anything about Cypherium. Sorry, Jonathan. Yeah, right. Privacy. There's already privacy coins though, guys. Is there need for more? Are the existing privacy coins not fulfilling their objective? That's what I always ask. A lot of cryptocurrencies out there at the moment, guys. Many are perhaps already trying to provide value where value is already being provided. I don't know. Ripple's going out through the roof. Look at it as well. Deep Onion. Buy Deep Onion. It's an awful name for a cryptocurrency, guys. It really is. Deep Onion coin. Sounds tasty. Sounds really tasty. Cardano. Yeah, I've seen that, Billy. Yeah. Cardano's an interesting one. Very interesting. I enjoyed doing the review on that. I really enjoyed doing the review. You know, out of all the platforms I look at, and I don't get to look at as many anymore as I used to just because of how busy I am, but I was very impressed with Cardano due to the professionalism, due to the business and engineering acumen in their documentation. It's clear that they really know what they're doing and they've really put the time and effort in, which is, you're seeing value straight away. And so as an investor, you have confidence that these guys are know what they're doing. So that's why I really enjoyed doing that that review. Token pay is coming soon. ICO now. Sold 188 today for a small 25. Yeah, the big token suppliers to me are not attractive. You know, I would like to know what the rationale behind the decision for going large token supplies is from some of these teams themselves, and I plan on doing that in the future. Hey, Milfstick. Yeah, Vincent, I will be. I've actually already in the process of thinking about the curriculum. The first course I did, I probably put 12 weeks into just thinking about the curriculum. An enormous amount of effort went into that. And an enormous amount of effort will go into a more advanced course as well. I need a few more months. I don't want to rush it. I want it to be equivalent to, if not more value than the first one. So I just have to think about it. Think about it and take the time, because quality comes with time. You can't rush quality. All right, guys, got a few dialed in now. I don't know how many, but let's have a look at the market. 524 billion. Looks like we've been kind of hovering around that $500 billion figure for the last sort of week. A lot of consolidation around that 500 trillion. Pretty amazing, guys. You can see this run up that we had here. I mean, like, let's just put this into perspective. This was a month ago, mid-November, 207 billion. It's over doubled. It's 300 billion in just 1 month. So the growth is becoming exponential. And the correction that we had here, I mean, we're really 2 weeks into this major correction. It's actually consolidated as it's moved. Like, it's just phenomenal. Actually, that's actually representing the right time there. I'll refresh that. I mean, the growth really is just like insane. Here we go. Yeah, so we had this small correction around sort of the first week of December, and then it just kept picking up. And you know, the growth of this, if you drew a trend line, it's very organic. It's a very organic growth. So, I mean, how much? Yeah, I'm always hesitant to give predictions and stuff like that on this channel. I'm always careful in that way, because I don't want to be, you know, you got to be careful. But I'll tell you what, guys, it's just incredible growth. What do you guys think? Thanks, Simon. I appreciate it, man. I really do. I put in so much effort, so hearing that really means a lot. Does that amount of money in the last month worry you at all, Bo? No, Billy, it doesn't, because it's come from, like, cryptocurrencies at the moment are a self-fulfilling prophecy. And what I mean by that is it's like a snowball effect. The more value the cryptocurrency market becomes, the more media attention it gains, then it reaches more people get involved. That in itself, like, I do see a lot of people new to investment that have never invested before trying to get into it, and that's awesome. And what I always recommend to people that have never got into it before is just try and learn some basics of investment fundamentals before taking the leap, because I see cryptocurrencies as no different in terms of investment methodology as to any other asset class. So when I see people that have never invested before jumping in, yeah, I mean, I'm a little concerned. But the thing is, you've got powerhouses like the futures, you've got all these ETF applications as well. So you've got a huge array of money across a variety of institutions and categories coming in at once. So if one is maybe premature, the other isn't. Does that make sense? That's the way I see it anyway. Hey AV, how are ya? Bo, are you buying up real estate with crypto gains? I had real estate before cryptocurrencies. I don't share that kind of stuff very often, but I had real estate before crypto. and I'll keep it. Always good to diversify, guys. Always good to diversify. My thoughts on Koshi from Sunrise. Oh, Koshi. It felt very scripted, guys, I'll be honest. He's not an idiot. He's not an idiot. It felt very scripted to me. Big boys are getting on board. Well, yeah, Neil, and really, in a way, the big boys haven't even started, mate, because up till now, cryptocurrency investors have had to do it through exchanges. It's been difficult. It is difficult. That's the truth. There isn't ETFs. I think there's only a few cryptocurrency hedge funds. Wait till proper managed funds start coming out with cryptocurrencies that allow people to invest with their 401ks, with their superannuations, that allow hedge fund managers to easily manage cryptocurrency funds without having to have an underlying understanding of the technology. Because what I believe in the future will happen, at the moment, because we're so early, people need to understand the technology to feel safe and secure about investing into this crazy new thing. In the future, people won't need to know. They won't want to know. They'll just do it. They'll either invest or they'll use cryptocurrencies day to day. We're in the phase where people need to know to feel secure, to feel safe. So that tells me that we are so early on, which is the really exciting part about it. Koshi is a dime. Diversification is key, not stupid. Look, yeah, but you know, the reading his body language, it was also pronounced. You know what I mean? It looked like it was intentionally pronounced. Thanks, Stephen. I'll try, man. Thanks, Open Sesame. Hey, John. You know what, guys? I have not watched conventional TV and news for years. Years and years. And I have no intention on doing it. It is a complete, in my opinion, waste of time. Documentaries, pretty much all I watch, and the occasional fictional show. I'd rather learn with the time I have. Crypto 20s are first index funds. Yeah, there's others on the horizon. There's others on the horizon. Mass market buyers are going cheaper coins as they always want a whole coin. You know, Douglas, that's a really good point, actually. And let's jump into one of the articles I have here to talk about that. Not that one. Is it ever too late to buy Bitcoin? $100 in and out. This is going to be the challenge for new people coming into cryptocurrencies, because our brains like whole numbers. And when people see Bitcoin at 24,000, you're like 100%, they think straight away, oh, that's the minimum I need to buy. The tough part is going to be, I guess, not marketing Bitcoin, but showing that anyone can enter at any point. And I know people now continuously, I get people all the time, friends and family, oh, it's too late, oh, it's too late. It's never too late. It's relative. So based on Bitcoin's performance history in terms of ROI, the one I did a few months ago, around 17.5 to 20% a month. Its return on investment when you break it down per month over a per capita. 17% a month. That's at any point. That's entering at any point. So what Bitcoin's done in the last few months, I'm sure that that median has probably increased. But 17% a month, that's entering at any point. That's going, all right, I've got $200. Bitcoin's 25 grand, but I've got $200, and you're getting 17, potentially, if it follows the same trajectory, 17% on that couple $100. So it's relative, which means that at no point does it matter when you enter, but it's going to be hard or challenging selling that to people, you know? Yeah, Patrick. Yeah, that was just a stage act, man. Liking the screen setup. Yeah, thanks, Patrick. I think it's pretty cool too. I know people that think they can't afford to buy a Litecoin, not realizing. Yeah, that's the tough part at the moment. Office outlet, I think, from Alaska. Whoa, no way, Joe. That's sick, man. I'd love to go to Alaska. I've been to Canada, been to Whistler. That was cool. I'd love to go to Alaska. Yeah, I've been doing a lot lately. I'm going to bring her up one day and show you guys. Her name's Blossom. She's amazing. She's so cute. Oh, seriously. She's adorable. Little Bloss. I always seem to do these either at the footy or the cricket, so sorry about that, guys. I don't really watch sports, so that's my fault. What do I think about Ripple? How's the surf? Oh, I got a good one in a couple of days ago, Jambro. Yeah, not real good today. It's real windy. Bushfires, onshore winds, no good. Yeah, so that's the thing, guys, is because we have these current valuations, the perception of cryptocurrencies that like, it's hard just to go and say to someone down the street, oh, guess what? Bitcoin can be divided by this many places. They're going, huh? What? The tough part in the future is going to be breaking it down some way to make it be perceived to be accessible to anyone. How the industry is going to go about doing that, I don't know. And I know we have millibits and I know we have Satoshis, and maybe that's the way. It's going to be a challenge though, especially for the exchanges and the different markets that are the portals for people to actually buy cryptocurrencies. South Africa, nice man. How you going? I'd love to go to South Africa too. Where are the bushfires? Oh, everywhere. It stinks. See, she's so cute, Tracy. You'd love her. She's adorable. She is adorable. So I convinced my mum about probably about a month and a half ago, but it took us so long to make an account. She dragged her feet for ages, and I eventually convinced her, and you wouldn't believe it, when she finally did, the bank was blocking her from transferring money to the exchange. Cheeky buggers. Cheeky buggers, guys. Internationally known on the microphone. No. So, back to the market. Yeah, Ripple. A few people asked me about Ripple. Look, it's a tough one, guys. I have certain certain philosophical views on certain cryptocurrencies, and I think a lot of people in the cryptocurrency market do. We like the decentralization. We like the freedom it brings, and I think for me personally, cryptocurrencies that tie back into the old world, for me, have a negative connotation, and maybe that's stupid, maybe that's irrational. I admit that, but those kind of cryptos just don't really interest me. I like to not only learn something, but invest in something that I'm passionate about, that I see value in, that I see being disruptive and making a change. And then that allows me to ride out the bumps a lot easier, allows me to get involved, suggest improvements, talk to the team, and feel like I'm a part of it. That's the exciting part. It's like you're part of a community. At 5 years. Wow. That's, yeah, John, you've been in here for a long time, man. You're an OG. You're a crypto OG. You know what, Milfstick? You know what I think what's holding Neo back is, I think it's the perception of it being tied to China. I think because it was maybe not marketed but perceived as being China's Ethereum, I think because a majority of the Neo investors are based in the West, I think that the major thing holding Neo back is its connotations to China and the unknown about where China's going with cryptocurrencies in the future. That's my read of the market. I could be off, but that's how I read it. 33,000% on OMG. Whew. That's a big gain. That's massive, but OMG's a powerhouse. Yeah, Tracy, it's not legal, but they're doing it to try and dissuade people from getting involved. It's because so many new people are getting involved. All it takes is one phone call from the bank saying it appears like you're doing something illegitimate, and then people will just stop doing it. They get scared away. Sucks though. Taxes are on, but the laws are a bit ambiguous. Do I think Bitcoin could go on another run again? I think Bitcoin's a good long-termer. I'll say that. It's been my number one from day one, and it always will be. No worries, Milfstick. That's just my perception, man. It's all about just trying to read the market. That's what I spend a lot of time doing. And some of the ways I read the market is not only do I look at the numbers, but I look at the social side as well. So Twitter, like I really can't give Twitter any more value than I already do. It is an amazing resource for getting a gauge on market sentiment. If you follow the right people, especially people in the know, you can pick up some amazing little tidbits of value on certain developments, products, how people feel about something. And when you look at the numbers as well, and you've done your own research in the background, the team, the value of the company, I mean, it positions you very strategically. Is that right, Crypto Brad? Wow. Can you help me tell the difference between an English and an Aussie accent? Oh man, you should be able to tell the difference between that. Come on. Come on. Well, I love how Neo is tied to China. That's what caught my attention in the first place. Potential is huge. Yeah, Hannah, 100%. 100%. That's the risk to reward ratio that I think anyone goes through when they're investing into Neo, is that potential. Because if the green light does come, who knows if it will, but if it does come, you know, I won't take a rocket scientist to expect what will happen. Just go Litecoin, threefold in a week or 10 days. Such a bold statement. I might screenshot that. Grossel coin. All right. So, we'll have a look at this one. This tech firm, Sirin Labs. I actually covered an article on Sirin Labs a little while ago. They're doing like a very expensive smartphone that's based on blockchain technology. What information they're pushing to the blockchain, I don't know. I would assume they're not going to give up the intellectual property in that way and say exactly how it works. But what I want to cover is the phenomenal amount of money they have raised. $118 million. Guys, it's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, especially in Bitcoin and Ethereum. How much is that going to be worth in Bitcoin and Ethereum in 3 months? A lot of money. Thanks, Nicholas. I appreciate it, man. I really do. Thank you so much for the feedback. Thanks, Ali. Appreciate it, guys. You motivate me. Appreciate it. Clear skies. I wish I could pencil in a schedule. I should. I feel like I'm ripping you guys off by not doing that, and I do feel bad about that. Got so much going on at the moment. I'm so busy. I hate schedules. I hate schedules. I just kind of work ad hoc when things come up, and I have a lot on at the moment. Maybe in the future, if things lighten up a little bit. What about EOS? Yeah, Eddie, I talked about EOS in my video a couple of days ago. So EOS is one to keep your eye out on, guys. There's a few reasons. One being it is a major competitor to Ethereum. It is a platform for decentralized applications with smart contracts. The technology is supposed to be quite superior. You've got Dan Larimer, who is one of the head guys behind it. He's behind BitShares, he's behind Steam. Had guys like Mike Novogratz specifically mention EOS. Mike Novogratz knows what he's doing, guys. He invested in Ethereum when it was like $9. I really want to look into this in detail. I really want to look into EOS in detail and really get a feel for where it's going, but my initial thoughts are this is one to keep your eye out on. And I mean that. I mean that. It's alright, Jordan. I don't mind, man. Part of these I like the most is the questions and answers, to be honest. Yeah, for sure, guys. No, ask whatever you want. Busy at Lambo dealership. Yeah. Yes is one to keep your eye out on. Good, man. How are you? Welcome, kind sir. Cheers, and now response bar. I'm looking forward to your Udemy course. Thanks, Hannah. Make sure you use the link in the description of the video. It's only $15 if you go through the link. Talk about Woody Coin. Never heard of it. What are your thoughts on Stellar? Stellar AR. You know, it's funny. Stellar has been getting a lot of attention lately from what I've seen. I mean, it's kind of one of those cryptos that goes under the radar, but if you look at just the numbers, you've got a $3.3 billion market cap. I like to look at these cryptos. I try and compare them to traditional companies as much as I can, because that puts a good perspective on its valuation. The market values Stellar at the moment at $3.3 billion. That's a lot of money. That's a high valuation. Is it worth $3.3 billion? I don't know. I haven't looked into it enough. But it's a high valuation. Number 13 in the total market cap. Very large token supply. Enormous, 103 billion. So one thing that always concerns me, guys, is when you see the circulating supply and the total supply. Sometimes it takes some real digging in the white papers to see when the remaining supply is going to be injected into the circulating supply. One reason I was hesitant on Power Ledger was around 35% of their token supply at some point will come onto the market. 350 million tokens at some point. That will change supply and demand economics. When it's going to happen, who knows? But it's something you've got to take into consideration, is that additional tokens at some point will be injected. And strategically, that could be a good, or you've just got to keep it in mind, you know. And when I look at this 17 million, you've got a lot of extra tokens that at some point may enter supply. That's all right, Steve. So, yeah, I mean, personally, I kind of steer away from. I look for coins low on the radar, high value proposition, and that in that context, I mean the token itself has got good mechanics to increase in value, so it's used in the platform as, I'll just say, fuel. So if the platform grows, the demand has to grow organically with the growth of the platform. Low token supply, amazing team, visionary leaders. You know, I might get criticized for that, but I really go for people that have charisma, business acumen, and a proven record of achievement. Those attributes of people generally aren't going to be associated with a poor project. So if I find those characteristics in someone with an under the radar platform, with a low circulating supply, with a low priced token, it's like ding, 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 ding. I get asked about Power Ledger so much. No, I'm not a millionaire, man. And even if I was, I wouldn't talk about that. That doesn't matter. Money's irrelevant. What would be the consequence of the additional tokens being released? Well, it's injecting additional tokens into the supply. So supply and demand economics, right? So that's why Bitcoin is so amazing, is it has such a low supply, and the additional tokens being injected are slowing down over time. But if you've got a company valued at X and then they dump 50% of the extra tokens into the market, you've completely tipped the balance. And if there's not demand at equilibrium of that extra supply coming in, the price is going to drop. Kind of your best, Al. With the additional tokens being released, pushed down, the price would go down 100%, unless there was a massive demand right at the time of those tokens being injected. Market dilution, 100%. 100%. The smart platforms with a really good business strategy in mind in terms of maintaining a good business model for the tokens to go up in value are going to release tokens strategically over time to ensure that won't happen. But it's just something you have to be aware of. Electronium. Oh, David, that's a good question. You know what? I got asked about Electronium the other day, and I did a little write-up on it. I'm not a fan, mate. I'm not a fan at all. I struggle to see the value in it. The amount of money it raised, I mean, just gobsmacks me. Absolutely gobsmacks me. Like, what's up, dude? Oh, I've been found, guys. One of the boys. I don't know enough about Verge. Sorry, Alpha. Privacy is always good, yeah. But this is the thing, like, a lot of tokens are already fulfilling the need, and then there's new tokens coming out to claim to do these things. There's a token already doing that. So is it the hype just driving the investment, or is it real value? What about Litecoin? Good idea to sell it. I can't give you that advice, mate. But Litecoin's it's a strong coin. Yeah. Litecoin makes me lose weight. It's the silver. It's the crypto silver. 22,400 AUD is the real exchange rate, but over 25k on an exchange here. Yeah, see, the thing is, another question I get a lot, guys, is especially people new to cryptos, is they get confused with the price they see on Australian exchanges, and they say, what's going on? I've looked at the price on CoinMarketCap, but the price on the exchange that I'm on, it's an extra 2 grand. Well, the price on CoinMarketCap is an average across all the exchanges that particular cryptocurrency is listed on. So when you have a look at the markets, you'll see the price of Bitcoin is slightly different across every exchange. That's because the supply and demand economics are constrained to each of those exchanges, and people exploit that sometimes doing something called arbitrage, where they buy low on one exchange and they sell high on another exchange. So CoinMarketCap displays an average across all these exchanges. So in Australia, those exchanges, the supply and demand economics for each individual one is different. They're different across each one. That's why the price on CoinMarketCap, it's not misleading, but as long as you understand that price is displayed because of that reason, you'll know why there's a difference. A koala's yummy. You mean drop bears? Yeah, well, you used to be able to display it in AUD, Patrick, but I think for some reason you can't on the site anymore. You can only do it in USD. I think they're under-resourced, actually, and they've turned off those features because they don't have the capacity to maintain it. Zillionaires. Electronium. Yeah, you know what? I'll be honest, guys. Electronium, I just was gobsmacked. Absolutely gobsmacked. How can Bitcoin Core stay on top when Bitcoin is the worst cryptocurrency? Slow transactions, huge fees. See, look, let me break down that question. That question is jumping to conclusions. You can't hold to account core developers because a certain cryptocurrency grew in value exponentially over the course of literally several weeks. You can't hold them to account for not having scaling issues. So they couldn't predict the volumes that were going to come onto Bitcoin. Politics aside, technical scaling solutions aside, regarding the block size increase or segregated witness, you can't hold them to account for the rapid growth of Bitcoin. That's out of their control. And if I was a core developer, I would be very nervous because you are potentially making changes to a, what's it worth now? A $289 billion cryptocurrency. Can you imagine how nerve-wracking that would be? I think we need to go a bit easier on some of these guys. Big cash, big cash, big cash. Litecoin for coffee. Hey dude, any thoughts on Verge? No, I don't know much about Verge, man. Overcapacity. When BTC is pumping, it does seem to get a bit more expensive on our fiat to BTC exchanges. Yeah. PS new night mode. Yeah? Down on the bottom of the screen on CoinMarketCap. All right, let's have a look. Let's check it out, guys. Night mode. Oh, nice. Sick. I love night mode. That's dope. Thanks for telling me. Oh, Lispy, what's up? Lispy Leaf. This guy's a gaming guru, guys. Massive. You've got like 330k subs. A beast. Any place I can exchange BTC to Ripple? Man, Binance. Binance is your go, mate, because you don't have to go through the lengthy verification process. Binance or Bittrex or maybe Poloniex. Yeah, cheers, man. This is good. The Aussies taking over YouTube, guys. Aussies taking over YouTube. How do I get into crypto world? That's a good question. It's a long question. Well, I was preparing to, at the time, I was preparing to get into shares, into the share market. I'd done a lot of study on investment. I'd read a lot of investment books, and I was getting ready to diversify my existing portfolio into shares. And I was literally had my account set up, ready to buy. And then Ethereum popped up, came into my life, and and it was history from then on. I was fascinated, absolutely fascinated. Just studied, learnt, read a lot more books on cryptocurrencies, on how the blockchain is going to revolutionize the world, the actual disruptive technology. And this, honestly, if I can give you guys any advice, if you want to strategically place yourself in a valuable position in this ever-changing industry, is to at least at a high level understand the tech. It is confusing, it is complex. I tell that people all the time because they say, oh, I don't understand much about cryptocurrencies. It's like, it's not your fault. Cryptocurrencies are complex. They are complex. The cryptographic side of cryptocurrencies, the hashing, the digital signatures, and all the detail behind that is crazy. It's crazy. I'm currently doing my Bitcoin professional certification. I'm nearly finished. And how much you learn through that, it's just incredible. So if you learn the tech, you learn where we are in terms of adoption, then you learn the business applications, and you have even a basic understanding of centralized databases. You'll know just how much centralized databases are used and how much they're going to be replaced in the future by blockchains, and especially as blockchains improve in scalability and security, and different platforms coming out like Cardano and what they can be applied to, you'll just go, holy crap, this is going to change the world. And I highly recommend, if you guys are thinking about, if you have some value to add in this industry and you're looking for a change, you're looking for something exciting, you know, you want to be a part of something that's going to change the world, then go your hardest, guys. Get into this, because this industry is screaming for people that can add value. They're screaming for it, and it's only going to grow. So you don't recommend investment in other things in crypto? Oh no, I absolutely do. I absolutely do. I have investments outside of cryptocurrencies. You got to diversify. If one market fails, then generally the other doesn't. It is fair to say people care about Lambos, not the tech. Yeah, well, true. Lambos are pretty cool. Hey, Bo, will Bitcoin get back to having fast transactions and minuscule fees, or is it only going to get slower? Yeah, of course, man. Lightning Network. Lightning Network. You know, you guys, if you want to, you can go to Google and type in Bitcoin BIP. That's Bitcoin Improvement Proposals. And you can see the upcoming proposals that people have actually lodged to improve Bitcoin's scaling. You can go and see it. It's open source. It's hard when you're pumping all the fat into crypto, that's for sure. That's what I've been doing for a long time. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Do I think banks create FUD to reduce crypto price and buy more for themselves, or do they create FUD to make ambitious people lose money in the long term? Probably both. Probably both. Is BitConnect a scam? I keep seeing it. You know, the sentiment indicates there's something going on. I like to understand something in a lot of detail before I make a big call on it. And I think calling it a scam or a Ponzi is a big call. It's not to say it's not, but I need to understand everything first before I'm willing to say that. But I will say that the sentiment has certainly kept me away from it. Don't think about Vertcoin. Yes, I do have an SMSF. Well, you know, that's the thing. Calling something a Ponzi or a scam or whatever, I mean, it's a big allegation. It's not a light statement, especially if you're someone of influence. So, personally, I would need to sit down for a few days and research the hell out of it. But I stay away from it. Like, market sentiment is enough for me to guide me a lot in some of the decisions I make. 10 years BitConnect will need all the money in the world for their payouts. Well, that's a good point, Stephen. You know, 10x. I love 10x, David, man. I love 10x. You want to know something exciting, guys? I'm going to try this. I don't know if this is going to work, but I may be going to Singapore in February, maybe for a conference. And if I can grab Julian on his busy schedule, I'm going to try and do an interview with him. I haven't asked him that, but I'm going to. I'd love to interview Julian and go and see the 10x office in Singapore. I reckon that'd just be awesome. How good is Cardano going? Bitcoin Cash is the real Bitcoin, man. It's more Bitcoin than Bitcoin. Bitcoin Core is not peer-to-peer cash. There's far more complexities and context than to answer that question, man. Way more. And I don't know how it's not peer-to-peer. You have nodes on the network helping to verify transactions. So my 10x increase, 162%. Yeah, 10x has got real value, guys. Ollie, Ollie, what's up? What is crypto going to do over Xmas? I actually think crypto is going to slow down a little bit over Christmas. I think the market will slow down as people go on holidays, people take some time out from refreshing this damn page 100 times a day like I do. I think some people will take some time out. No, I don't, Cloud9. 10x said they're getting a lot of pushback from bigger players. Okay, in what way? Hey, up, dude. Saw Julian the other day at Sheraton. Oh, did ya? Nice, David. And thanks, man. Yeah, I saw he met up in Sydney. Yeah, I would love to interview him. He's an inspiring guy. And I think 10x is a brilliant cryptocurrency company, the way they operate. Oh, thanks, Ollie. Legend, mate. That's going to a schooner later on. Any suggestions on how to explain crypto to someone not in the market? Yes, what I do is I use analogies to shares. I say cryptocurrency is a smart share. Technically, that's probably not correct, but that's how I tell it to them. It's a portion. Bitcoin is an exclusion because Bitcoin's not run by a company, but the other cryptocurrencies are run by companies. If the companies fail, the cryptocurrencies will fail. So I say to them, it's like a share of a company, of a publicly listed company, but it's a cryptocurrency. You can use that cryptocurrency, but if the company does well, if it earns revenue, if it creates value, if it solves a problem down the track, there is a probability the value of the cryptocurrency will increase, analogous to shares. That's what I say, and people seem to get it. This is the digital stock market. Yeah, I mean, there's so many similarities to cryptocurrencies, regardless of the technology behind it. If you just want to look at it at a high level, that's how I look at it. I've heard of Aragon, yeah, it is interesting. Thanks, Billy. Take it easy, man. Thanks. No, I don't, Craig. No, I don't invest into a lot of ICOs at all. I tread very, very carefully with ICOs. I see ICOs as very risky. And I very rarely do it. When I invest in something, I like to have a personal belief in the company. I like to have some form of affiliation that I see the company solving a problem. I like to see integrity in the team members. I like to see a good business model. That's just me personally. Does that mean I might lose on some returns? Yeah, absolutely, but that's okay. That's just how I like to operate. My thoughts on Ethos. Ethos has got a lot of really good long-term potential because what I believe they're doing, what I believe the platform is succinctly doing, is trying to target the traditional finance world in the ways of accountants and financial advisors. That's complete speculation on my part. Yeah, I do like EOS. I need to do more research on it before I could have a definitive opinion, but I do see it having long-term value. Do I worry about Wall Street getting into cryptocurrencies? Yeah, no, I'm not worried. You've made a good point, but definitely not worried about it. Not at this early stage anyway. Ripple rising to $1. What's it at now? 80 cents. I don't know. Depends what the market values it at. What other people's... hey Bo, what do you do when your coin doubles in price in a day and you want to buy more but can't wait for a pullback? I'm a long-term investor, mate. I buy and hold and I accumulate. I accumulate over time. I don't day trade. I'm in it for the long haul, and I have a strong belief in what I invest in, and then I just hold it. CME futures, yeah. Wait till the ETFs come. Knee deep in cryptos. You're probably right, Lamb. Yeah, you're probably right, man. Top 5 cryptos to bank on right now. Bitcoin's always good. Yeah, just give it time, man. See you, Joe. Take it easy. Yeah, I still recommend CoinSpot. CoinSpot's awesome. It's so easy. It's so easy to use and quick. It's a great platform. Doesn't mean others aren't good. There's use cases for each. Still remember the night I tried to get into the 10x ICO. I think I blinked 3 times. Tracy? Me too. I was in Sydney. I just came back from New Zealand. And I had everything ready to go. Had my Ethereum in my wallet. Ready to go. I hit send. It all crashed. 8 minutes later, 10 minutes later, there were messages coming out saying I was sold out and I missed out. That was insane. Yeah, Andrew, but you pay for the ease of use. So, I mean, the alternatives are buying on something like Independent Reserve or BTC Markets and then sending that cryptocurrency to, say, Binance or Bittrex and buying there and then sending it from there to another wallet. So, you pay for convenience. It is, Rob. That's why it's popular. It's exactly right, guys. It's all up to you and what you prefer. And I know, especially people new to the market, it is difficult to get around the concept of sending cryptocurrencies to different exchanges. But if you don't want to use something like CoinSpot, that's your alternative. You got to buy and hold, Stephen. That's my advice, man. Is to do a lot of research on something, see some value in it, and buy and hold. I mean, there's a lot of really good investment advice out there from people far more knowledgeable and smarter than me that recommend the same strategy. Yeah, Mark, you're onto it. So, what I want to show you guys too before I go is this is a project that I love. I've loved for a long time. I love Blockcat. I really like what the team is doing. I really like the product and the value. And I just want to show you something that I think is really exciting about what they've done in their beta. They've just released their beta. Now, for those of you who don't know what Blockcat is doing, they are creating easy to use interfaces for Ethereum's smart contracts. So rather than having to be a Solidity developer, having to actually write the code, they've actually built an interface or the front end for the Solidity back end. This is the first one they've released at the moment, just in simulation in beta. But here you can create your own ERC20 token. So you can just put in a token name, Crypto Oz Coin, give it a ticker, CAC, put in a description, you choose the amount of decimal places the coin can be divided, your supply, whether it's a fixed supply, some time lock functions and other things, your payment source, so you're paying CAT, you click create contract. That's how easy it is when this platform gets going to create your own cryptocurrency token. How cool is that? You can't tell me that that is not cool. I love this idea. I love what they're doing. I just wanted to share that just because I thought it was cool. Oh, Andrew, SN Andrew, that's a good question, mate. I can't answer that. There's sources from everywhere. It's finding good ones you can trust. Exactly like Waves. Yeah, right. I'll have to look into Waves, Mark. Quick thoughts on Richard. I like Richard. I mean, on face value, the small amount I've seen of him, I think he seems like a chill dude. And, you know, anyone that's a big supporter of Bitcoin, I like. Seems too easy. It's the point, Rob. Probably, but Patrick, if you read Andreas Antonopoulos' book, The Internet of Money, it gives you a really good perspective about cryptocurrencies and where they're going in the future. And I really agree with Andreas that in the future there will be hundreds of thousands of cryptocurrencies. Communities will create their own coins. A club might create their own coin. And if you put it into perspective, what's stopping them from doing that? And if that community assign a value to that cryptocurrency within themselves, is that a bad thing? I think it's what will happen. This is my feel and read on the market. We're in the early stages of cryptocurrencies at the moment, where this is the investment cycle. But years down the track, it will morph from investment just to people using it. People will just use cryptocurrencies, and the returns will slow down over time as the market becomes saturated and as the problems start getting solved. So new companies will have a tougher time competing because existing companies would have already solved the problem, maybe not in the best way, but it'll become harder and harder for new companies to get established, and there'll be less investment, or the investment will be constrained to a smaller proportion of people, and people will just use cryptocurrencies. It'll just take over money itself. Richard comes across as a pompous. Yeah, well, I guess it's just all about your read on, but it's all about how you guys perceive others. Oh, you're welcome, Patrick. It's all good, man. It's just about your read on it, hey? Everyone's got their own. This is the exciting thing about cryptocurrencies, is we're a community and we learn off one another, we bounce off each other, and we are evolving. So the people involved in cryptocurrencies are evolving at the same time as the market, at the same time as the technology. It's maturing over time, and it's just really exciting to be a part of. Does that mean cryptocurrency will go up? That's a bit of a generic question, but I think there'll be standouts. There'll be standouts in the cryptocurrency market. So there'll be just the same as the internet. There'll be a few giants that solve the problem that do really well. There'll still be startups, but it'll be more difficult for startups in the future, because at the moment everything's new. Like every problem is being solved just for the first time. I think that the good platforms will still gain value. Yes, I do. Do I have an exit strategy or point in time where you say, okay, I can buy a house with this? Oh, that's a good question, DJ. I do, but it's very long term, because I'm fortunate to be financially secure. So I don't have a time. My time limit would be decades. decades down the track. But yeah, eventually, but I think that we're so early that to me, even the idea of thinking about an exit point at the moment, in my mind, is crazy. I'll ride it out for absolutely as long as I can afford to. But yeah, nice. Good work, Brad, and thank you, mate. Thank you. You're doing well. The interviews are awesome. You're welcome, DJ. Ditto, mate. Exit age 60 and retire to the Philippines. Man, half a Bitcoin in the Philippines, you'll be able to buy like a castle. You'll just be royalty. Probably 0.1 of a Bitcoin you would be able to, actually. What are my thoughts on the coins under $1? Just as an opinion, would you think it could rise to over 1K? When you're looking at cheap, like coins that are perceived to be cheap, you really need to look at the market cap, because the market cap is calculated by the price of the token multiplied by its circulating supply. So you need to understand those fundamentals, because just because those coins might be under $1 doesn't necessarily mean they're going to go to $20, because for some of them they have such large circulating supplies that for them to go to $20 is like a $400 billion market cap. If there's no existing company out there at the moment that you could use as an analogy to the value of that particular cryptocurrency, if there's an existing company out there that's valued at $400 billion with kind of similar tech or similar value proposition that you can compare it to, I mean, I just don't think there's ever any chance that's going to happen. Did you read the Internet Money Volume 2? The Volume 2 was what I've read. I haven't read Volume 1. But the ultimate, hands down, best cryptocurrency book I have read is called The Business Blockchain, and it was actually written by Vitalik Buterin, founder of Ethereum, and William Mugayer, who was around during the internet.com boom. It is both fascinating, technically intense, but unbelievable. And once you read it, you'll just go, wow, we're at the start of a revolution. I can't change it, man. I haven't had AUD for ages. EOS and sold. Yeah, EOS got good long-term value. Got a good analogy to explain the idea of a blockchain. Oh. Yeah. Just think of a centralized ledger. A ledger that's controlled by a bank that you can't see, that you have to trust. But instead, with Bitcoin, the ledger is available for anyone to see at any time, anywhere in the world. And it's virtually unhackable. Top right corner, you can select AUD. Oh! What? They moved it! I didn't even know. I've been looking at USD for ages. Oh! Thanks, man. Oh, I didn't know that. Rookie error. Does that say 683? That doesn't. Oh, it's in AUD, of course. That's what I'm thinking. What? Extra 130 bill came in. Alright guys, I'm going to peel off. I'm going to peel off and grab a cold one. Thanks so much for tuning in. I had a really great chat as always. I love talking to you guys. Thanks for the really good questions. I hope I provided some value in some way. And future videos coming up too, guys. I really want to do this one on IOTA. I've had a lot of people say to me that they're looking forward to that, so that's really good. That means that that should be a good video to do. Very interested to do IOTA actually. I've got some general thoughts about it. Yeah, just be interesting when I do it. And I'm going to run on a Bitcoin node. So I'm now running a full Bitcoin node on my computer. I have been for a few days now. And that actually assists in helping out the Bitcoin network. So I want to share how to do that, how to go about it. It's relatively easy, but there can be a few complexities as well. So I'm really looking forward to sharing that with you guys too. So thanks again for tuning in, guys. Really appreciate it. Have a great weekend. And yeah, it was good to chat with you. See you guys.